Mark Patrick with hdhat.com, and last week we reviewed the Kodak ZI-8, and this week we're going to go over the Sony Cybershot HX1. We're going to go over some of the real estate specific functions, settings that are important for real estate video. It's a camera that's priced in the $370 to $400 range. With a wide angle lens, you're looking at somewhere around $500. First, let's go over a little bit about the camera. The camera shoots at 28 millimeters, has a fantastic zoom, 20x zoom, but the 28 millimeters is, in my opinion, not quite wide enough for real estate video. There isn't a commercial solution for a wide angle lens, so we've adapted and started manufacturing our own wide angle lens for that. It is a 0.45x wide angle lens, has a tube adapter here. We've kind of attached the lens to the adjusted tube adapter, and then that screws right on the front of the camera like this. So you have a camera that shoots very wide and very stable, has optical stabilization, so the video footage is very stable. And you have the ability to adjust the exposure, which I'm going to go over here in a minute, which makes your video a lot brighter. And you can get the lens. I'll flash that URL across the window here. Now let's go over some of the settings first. Okay, now that we have our wide angle lens screwed on the camera, we're going to go ahead and turn the camera on. I'm going to set it on movie mode first, which is the little movie film strip there. We're going to turn the camera on. Here's the on-off button right to the left of the wheel. We're now going to go to the menu button while we're in video. The menu button is right here. We're going to make sure it's on 1080p fine, which is the setting to the far left here. 1080p fine setting there. We're going to scroll down one, which is this button here. White balance should be on auto. Metering mode should be multi. Color mode should be normal. Steady shot, which is optical stabilization, which is far better than what the ZI-8 has, should be on. So you'll want to make sure that's set on. And we're ready to start filming. What we'll do now is we will click the menu button again. We now have the wheel here. The wheel is how you set exposure, which makes the video brighter. And in most real estate videos, most of the videos are always a little bit dark. What I recommend here is pushing the wheel in. You're going to see the OEV here on the screen get larger, and you're going to use your finger to dial the wheel to the right to plus 0.7. You can also go, if you're in a basement, you can go to 0.1, you can go to 1 or even 1.3 if you were in a basement. But we're going to choose 0.7 for most of our functions, including the outside front video as well. We're set on that. Now when we're in the house, we're going to want to go about 8 or 10 feet back from a wall before we start filming. Turn the camera on, turn it on video, stand back from a wall 8 or 10 feet, wait till the camera is totally focused, and then there's a button here on top called focus. You're just going to click that button down. You're going to have two settings here. You're going to dial to the one on the right, and you're going to push the button down to set it. And what that does is that actually set the focus. It locked the focus 8 to 10 feet away from the wall, and that allows you to shoot the real estate video without having the camera going in and out of focus, getting blurry. So now we have all our settings set. We have the focus locked, the exposure set to +7. Now we want to start recording. Record button is right here. We're going to push the record button down. And you're going to see the REC change to red, and it'll be on. And now we're filming real estate video. Okay, I want to go over a couple of ways to actually use the camera on a real estate video. Some of our videographers will actually hold the camera differently by different styles, so I'm going to go over some of those. This camera is a fantastic camera, like I said. It shoots fantastic still photos, super panoramics, instant panoramics called sweep panoramics, and it shoots a fantastic video with optical stabilization built into the mechanics of the camera, which gives a far better results, and it's priced well. So some of our videographers will actually hold the camera. They'll take the screen here, and they'll push it out like this, and they'll actually cradle the camera in their hands like this, and as they're walking, they use the camera like this. Some of our videographers will actually use the strap as a stability point, got nice pistol grips here, and they'll actually hold it tight up against their neck, and as they're moving through a house, and when you're backing out of a room, you can actually pull the camera in close and do your turn, and then push the camera back out again nice and steady. That's another way. Another way is our stabilizer bar, which HD Hat manufactures, available on our website. It provides a very stable point as well. Allows you to lock your left arm as a brace and get a nice steady pans of room. You can pull the camera in, do your turns, walk out. All three methods work really well, and like I said, the camera shoots great, it's priced great. The wide angle lens is available on our website, ready to go. We can ship them out the next day, and I think you'll really love the Sony HX1. Okay, in this sample I'm just going to shoot a quick little segment of video without the wide angle lens, and then I'm going to shoot one with the wide angle lens, and I'm going to do a couple of photos as well. So this will be without the wide angle lens. Now we'll shoot the same clip with the wide angle lens. Okay, now that we've done our video, we want to go back and maybe shoot some photos. So let me go over some of the photo settings that you're going to use on this camera. What we use is the green setting here. It's a little green camera. We set it on there. That is what that's called is intelligent auto adjustment. So it does some of the adjustment for you, and it allows you to do some of the adjustments yourself. So we're going to set it on the green setting. Now we're ready to start shooting some photos, but we want to make them a little brighter because we're not going to be able to use a flash because the lens actually gets in the way of the flash. Which we've shot thousands and thousands of real estate photos, and we've never used a flash with this camera ever, even in dark basements. And how you do that is you push this wheel in again, and you can adjust the exposure by rolling the wheel to the right. 0.7 is usually pretty good for most photography, but if you're in a basement, you may want to go to 1.3. It's been our experience that the photos don't get very grainy or lose any quality even at the higher exposure settings. Once you've got the look you want in your LCD screen, you go ahead and set it. You then point the camera, click the button to shoot, and now you've got your photo taken, and you can literally walk around room to room and take a full house worth of photos in a matter of a few minutes. Now let's go back and go to the panoramic mode. That covers my review. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to contact me, Mark Passerby with hdhat.com, mark@hdhat.com.